Hi, I'm Changyeo Lee, and today we continue to upload the review of the etching part and uh, until the oxidation part. First, we learn about the wet etching. Wet etching is the coming to the wet etchant, and at the wet base, we want to target the etching part. So we melting the etching and remove the target. So first, the wet etching process. First, this process must deliver the etchant to the surface, and second, in the silicon substrate, silicon surface, and etch target surface. At this region, it must happen the chemical reaction. So, and third, made byproducts, and these byproducts must remove away. And the benefit of the wet etching is the we can when we use the wet etch, this wet etch process is very cheap process. So the equipment is cheap, and to struct this easy to struct. So and second, we learn about the dry edge. Dry edge. Before the dry edge, we learn about the orientation about the edge profile. So 100 surface, or and 110 surface, or 111 surface. The 111 surface is the lowest etch rate, and and the dry edge. Dry edge. Dry edge is not a wet etch process, so we use the it's the wait a minute. It's the plasma-based etching, so we can use the plasma etching, and the details about in this DII paper, and in the dry etching is the most important way of the dry etch is the RIE and deep RIE, and the RIE is the reactive ion etching. So in the anisotrophic etch profile, there are several trade-offs exist. So we use the RIE. It's the benefit of the high etch rate, and we can anisotrophic etching. So we use the chemical reactions. So in this RIE etching, so the further is the deep reaction ion etching, DRIE. So the DRIE is using to at the MEMS fabrication, or TSP through silicon via. So we use the DRAM or 3D NAND like this order. So we can use the DRE by the Bosch process. So we etch and passivation. So finally, this Bosch process can make the profile what we want to. So by thermal oxidation, we can improvement of the scalar pattern and the oxidation part. So oxidation is the how can we make the oxide like SiO2 in the device. So in the past we used the locus structure, but when we scaling down the device, the locus structure is the problem of the integration of the semiconductor. So look like this. The locus structure is disadvantages of the several region. So device locus is the device and device pitch distance is so long, so it is the problem of the PPAC at the area problem. So nowadays we use the trench structure. We use the dry etching and to make the trench anisotropically. So and deeper we can like this trench structure by shallow trench isolation or deep trench isolation. So we want to we can using those chemical mechanical polishing fabrication by the uniformly of it at the wafer. So and we use a slurry both chemical and nanoscale particle can at the wafer. So we use the slurry to chemical mechanical polishing, and the oxidation part is the usually we use the thermal oxidation. So thermal oxidation is the SiO2 is the good gate dielectric. So the SiO2 property is the large resistivity insulator and large energy band gap, or can the benefit of the dielectric breakdown and we use the SiO2 to hot mask about the later fabrication like implantation or diffusion. Usually the wet oxidation is the fast process and dry oxidation is the slow process, and the furnace is the chamber of the growth of the SiO2, and we learn about the oxidation process. It's the similar to the etching part, like first the to the silicon we blow up the oxidant, and we grow the SiO2, and the growth of the thermal oxidation, the SiO2 is consuming the silicon. So this process is the feature of the thermal oxidation. And we learn about the like diffusion oxidation modeling, and like this the linear rate constant or the parabolic rate constant this the parabolic root means graph, and and this structure means the consuming silicon about making the SiO2, and we use the formula about the how percentage of the silicon consuming about making the SiO2, and mm, and others means others is the another detail. So now finish the YouTube assignment.